me some clarity with.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
There you go.
Hi, Janet. How are you?
I'm good. Where's everybody at?
I don't know.
Happy Friday, the 13th.
Happy Friday.
It's a good day to have a good day.
Exactly.
Hello, Zakia. How are you, my dear? Janet, it was so good to really meet you at the producer boot camp. That was so fun.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I am well. How are you?
I'm so good, Zakia. Thank you for jumping on.
I got your package yesterday. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Met with Zakia in Baltimore. And Tanya, are you going to the All-In Tour? What All-In Tour are you going to?
I really am trying to anticipate Utah. From the beginning, I wanted to go to Utah December 16th. I don't want to make excuses. I'm just going to get into the grind.
Good, good. Where do you live?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, the flights are ridiculous. So
what about Kansas? What about Kansas next week or next month?
That didn't fit the schedule.
I get it.
The longer time I had to prepare fit better. So when I heard about it, I shot for Utah. So just keeping an eye on those dates and those flights.
No shooting. You're just doing it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
And if you fly into Las Vegas, it would probably be cheaper, and rent a car. Yeah. It's about an hour.
Yeah, we've done that travel. That's the goal.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful drive from Vegas to St. George. And it's only an hour and 53 minutes.
I've taken the drive at least twice now.
Oh, have Vegas you? So you know,
Utah. Yeah. So all I'm doing is looking for a McDonald's, and all I see is mountain and road.
And then you see, boom, paparazzi, like, oh my gosh, mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Yeah, that is the part to look forward to.
On Facebook, Mildred said she hopes to see us in Utah. Julia says she's hoping to come to Utah. Yay, Julia, I can't wait to see you. Vanessa says, just do it. Just do it. This is, I am so, I don't know if you guys know Roxanne Carlisle, but last year she wanted to go to Elite Summit, and she was a producer, barely hitting premier producers, close. And the only way she could make it to Summit was to rank to executive producer. And so in like middle of February, she bought airline tickets to the Dominican Republic, because that year it was in the DR. She bought her airline tickets, and she was only not even barely hitting premier producer, barely. And she said, I think I can do this. And so she bought her airline tickets. And I'm not kidding. I was stressed for her because I thought, it was February. She had to do it by March last year. Now it has to be by December. And it was March 31st at 11:59 probably, that she hit executive producer. She was the only one last year to hit executive producer in the whole year. And she did it, and she went to Summit. And I was so proud of her. I'm like, you just got to put it out to the universe and believe it. And I don't know how it happened. She says, there's no way this is going to happen. Like on the 20th of the month, she was like way off. And she did. Josette says she has a question. Is it okay to go live with your business partner? She is launching her business. So, Josette, can you go live with her when she's starting her paparazzi business as her sponsor? Or as a different business? Can you clarify that? So she is your business partner, meaning you are her sponsor, or she's your partner. And she's launching her business. So I'm assuming you're her sponsor. You can go live as her sponsor. Yes, you may. You mean a dual live together? That's what I'm wondering. I'm hoping to come to Rancho Cucamonga. I don't even know how to say it, Angela. I need to take the day off. Come on, get registered, because we have to know how many people are going to be there for this facility. We're hoping to get, and the money has to be paid by the 20th. So if we don't have everybody by then we've got to look for a different facility. So yes, get registered for California. We're going to be there. I'm going to next weekend, Orlando. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, let's go, Tanya. We're talking about things. Josette, if you want to give me more information, I think you're okay. It's going to be a in-person live. It would be here for, yes, of course you can do that. Yes, you can do that. Okay, good job. Yeah, Josette. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, go for it.
And to piggyback on that, Josette, I'm going to assume she's over on Facebook and not in her usual position. Josette, my upline lives in a different state. When she comes home to visit, yes, I pull her over here every time.
Yes,
okay. Yes, it's the fun time. So yeah.
It's very fun. It helps those new people feel more confident, and yeah, you're good.
Great idea. Go back to Fraser's 90-day social media, where he encouraged us to go to Instagram and do the 2-3 multiple person interactive. So yeah, use different platforms as well.
Yeah.
So today was Q&A, guys. Q&A. Friday is Q&A. So what's great about Q&A is we're able to come forward on the platform and see Eric face to face and ask our question directly. So I'm pretty sure they go all hour on Fridays, but we have to be responsible and show up to you guys at 2:30. So I was only able to capture 2 questions. I'm gonna just give an overview of those 2 questions, and then we'll open it up for Q&A, because we had a lot of KPIs this week, and maybe you guys are unclear or just need some extra steps or some extra info through the week. So 2 basic, I won't say basic because it was some good stuff. He just started off with the different KPIs that we've been introduced with on this week, and that's core rank, recruiting your 10 recruits, events, making events, as we were just discussing. Very, very fitting, making events, how that just ups the value in your potentials and your recruits, etc. It just ups the value when you attend live events. And those are the KPIs. So the 2 questions, the very first question was about events. When it comes to events, and we were discussing them, and Mama Frank is right. In the past, whenever I wanted to do something, I just did it and then work out the details in between. So this time should be no different. It is putting it into the air. But the question was, how do you get those recruits or those teammates to the events? We all know that we can always do the Zoom platforms. We can always do those face-to-face. We could do those personal meetings, those in our vicinity type meetings. But those are just 1 point value, as he explained, 1 point value. Each local communication you do, whether it's platform, call, or in person. But that value level goes up once we start getting them to events. Doesn't matter what kind. This was the quote: "He who travels the furthest grows the fastest." I found that very intriguing, because yeah, when I was on my road to vending and we were getting bigger in our travels and in our booths, yes, that momentum was there. It was high. So I can attest to that. He who travels the furthest grows the fastest. That's why it's important for us to get to at least one of the all-in tours. That's why it's such a big deal that we get to convention and the EMPs, if we can make multiples of those, because I knew from the beginning, Those EMPs will give me something different every time. That's why I've always made it a goal to at least catch 2 in my vicinity, because it just adds to the value and it grows that point system in your confidence level, in your know-how, implementation in the business. And we know that this information is no good if we're not implementing it. And those away events raises the value and gets us going when we want to start the actual action part, right? So look at, and this was one of the points he brought out of this question. Those are limiting beliefs. Those are just fears. I just explained one to you guys. It's a limiting belief, it's a fear back here of mind that I won't be able to, but I know I can and I know I will. So get that out of get that out of their heads. Tell them to clear their brains. Just do. You can see in the airports, travel is high. You can see when it's holiday time, how the roads are so busy. People are traveling, people are spending money. The advertisement, we're starting earlier for holidays this year, but people are spending. So let's capitalize on this time of year. So he just went into erase those fears about what you're not capable of or what you can't do when it comes to your business or when it comes to any event, small or large, but make that a must. Not attending events is a non-negotiable. Create that culture in our business and it will continue. Attending events is a must. The second question came up about affiliate markets. I wish that I could have sat in on this just a little longer to get just a little bit more, because I know that a lot of our consultants may struggle in this area. Affiliate markets, having multiple entities that you want to brand. Paparazzi has a compliance. This is a compliance platform, but please refer to your back office for the compliant policies. We do have a compliant policy about co-mingling products with Paparazzi brand. And it's something we all should be familiar with. So Eric just suggested, you don't necessarily have to just drop your other affiliate. You can't, well, she was talking about different brands. We really don't have that flexibility when it comes to it. I would just encourage you to read the compliance policy on branding. You can't commingle products with Paparazzi. Please and thank you, Mama Frank.
Just FYI about that. If you have any questions, if you want to sell 2 things, write into compliance and ask for short, because you don't want to get canceled or put into compliance because you just don't know. And I've read through those compliance things. I'm like, it puts you to sleep. So I'm telling you. So write into compliance at paparazziaccessories.com for sure. And ask extra questions. Please let me know more. Tell me more details. Tell me more of this, because they'll come back and say, no, you can't, just right off the top. But I do know that if you have a personal page, so I have Robin Wright Frank personal page, and I have Frank Divas as my business page. This is all paparazzi. If I post one picture here, and I'm also talking over here about, I don't know, oils or something else, I can be canceled. One picture. Because the problem is the FTC out there is looking, they are like vultures looking for anything to cancel paparazzi, any direct sales company. And when I was at boot camp with Janet a couple of weeks ago, I talked to Trent because at All In Tour, I talk about, I've been audited by the IRS. And so I was talking about him and he goes, can I tell you, we're going through 6 audits right now. I'm like, how can you do 6? There's one IRS. And he said, state taxes, commissions. He's got 6 different states that he's being audited for right now. California, Arizona, and something else. I don't know. He said, we are always going through an audit because the FTC is always down everybody's throat. So it's not that compliance tries to be mean. They want us to stay within the rules so paparazzi as a company doesn't get canceled. And once I started understanding, I'm like, that dang compliance, they're just, but once I started understanding, it's not me, it's the rule that the whole FTC has put out there for network marketers. And we have to stay in compliance with the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, for us to be able to have our business. So that's the whole thing. So number one, I say, please just write into compliance. And number two, please do not post any other network marketing, anything on the same Facebook page. Now you can sell oils and I don't want to say that. You can sell paparazzi and something else perhaps, but I don't want to chance it because you slip. You know, what if you're on the live and say, oh, last night I used my oils and they were so good. I mean, I don't know. Susan has her hand up. Do you have more details about that? I'm sorry to take the whole time about this.
Oh, no, you're fine. I am sorry, I'm incognito. I actually had compliance reach out to me one time and it was just for some wording. And I was like, I didn't know that. It was basically like anything. Basically, I just decided never to put paparazzi in any name in any of my posts. Because it had something to do with their name and then something I stated about joining my team. And I didn't know, but they were really nice about it. You know, they were like, delete the post and it's no big deal. You know, you probably don't know because it's a very obscure thing. They were really nice about it. So yeah, I would say, first of all, just don't even use their name unless you're talking about them on the live, and always look and see. And the bubble is where it's at. Use the pink bubble. You can get answers to everything in that pink bubble.
That pink bubble is the chat, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, when you go on, you have to, I think you have to be active for the month though, in order to use the bubble.
Right, perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Susan, I appreciate that.
I want to say something too. Really quick, we have the best direct selling business out there. So, and I'm not knocking anybody that has two businesses, but I say focus 1,000% on paparazzi and you're going to see a bigger growth and a better opportunity than trying to put all of your time into starting up another business. I mean, that's a lot of time and energy and effort when you can put that time and energy and effort into your business that's already started and just watch it flourish. I mean, I don't know how somebody does two businesses, but I can barely keep up with my one.
I can't even pick up with the one I got.
Actually, Janet, Eric did make a mention in that. That was his recommendation. He stated that very rarely, if at any, does our two businesses work by someone and they're successful. That
it's probably best to just do multiple streams of income with that one business.
That is just what that's what he stated. Good job, team.
We listen.
You guys are awesome.
Actually had a compliance question. I do have another entity and event planning in the policy and procedure. It states that you shall not have another event planning. Whoa, wait a minute. So now I'm nervous. I sent a message. They was like, no, you can't do that. I was like, what is it? Well, no, you can't do. By the end of the conversation, it was at a certain status. It can't be. And I understood much clearer then. And that's when I was privy to not to commingle the products on the page. So yeah, great info, team. That experience will, and I try to tell that story. I told the story about another reason I had a compliance issue. I used wrong EIN number, wrong social security number. I tried to fix it months later, over a year later. Compliance issue, we need $250 to fix that. And we shut down your whole system until you pay us. I didn't think that it was being mean. I read in the compliance, this is why. And we talked about the TFC earlier in the week too. Pay attention to that. Mama Francis gave us a gem. Eric explained earlier in the week. Some big changes happened back there and we should be a champion that, but we still have to be careful because of that reason. It is strict across the network marketing board, not just paparazzi. So those are the two questions. You guys have anything in our 9 minutes?
Yes, so I'm on live and someone says, "Oh, I like your shirt," or I like your makeup. What kind is that? Would that be like cross advertising?
Wait, are they know you have a market for these things?
No, I don't have a.
But they're
not
just
a market.
complimenting you. They're just
They're
complimenting.
just complimenting, and they want to know, like, what, where'd you get your shirt, or where'd you get your, how'd you get your eyeshadow like that?
Maybe message them
Because I try to put up
after the show. We're focusing on jewelry or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I
don't believe that's a problem. I mean, if you're talking about it, trying to promote it, if you say, "Hey, my makeup's great and I buy it at Ulta," big deal. If you say, they ask me all the time, "Where do I get them my hats?" And sometimes I tease them about it. I said, "I buy it online from that store that starts with an A, and ends with a Zon." So, just kind of try to make light of it. And because you're not really promoting that, it's just something that's out there, but they're just asking you a question. And so I wouldn't make that big of a deal of it. And I don't think it's a problem. So if you said every day, "Oh, go to Amazon and get this, go to Amazon and get this, go to Amazon and get this," that would be a problem. But if they ask a question, I think you're fine.
Okay. Because I think like on one live, and I was just like, "Oh, it's a Morphe palette," and I just left it alone. But I didn't say like what or how I put it on or nothing like that. I was just like, "Oh, so
I'd use it as conversation. The back and forth on your live. I'd use it. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Say, "Hey, you can match your jewelry stuff." Bring it back to the jewelry and matching colors and stuff.
Yeah. Because you're going to get randoms. You're going to get poachers on your lives and things like that, and they will try to divert you. So it's always good to practice on how to bring it back to the jewels. So yeah, it's practicing for you. Excellent. You noticed that.
Yeah. Well, bless your hearts. Thank you so much. We will see you on Monday. I'm excited. Sneak peeks with Misty, I guess. There was also a couple of things just a couple of hours ago. So take a look at those and woohoo.
I know I have a great team who always text messages the sneak peeks. So if I miss them, I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know what I'm looking for." Great team.
Yes.
Yeah. I always go through and just hit the share and tag all my teams. Super cute sliding heart. Misty called it something, but it's got a heart, a rhinestone heart that slides up and down on the chain, coming up for grabs today. I forget what she called it though.
All right, team, 6 minutes. Take advantage of the notes that are left after each live video, team. I hope you guys are recording that information, documenting it, creating books or journals that you can go back to years after years. That was another point Eric made on today. Document the information that you're getting, your ideals. If you're a journaler, go for it, get it organized, but definitely keep track and keep records of the information we're gathering. Because if we can't apply it now to where we are in our business, start to grow where we are, it definitely will help in the long run. All right. So that's the lesson.
Thanks. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday the 13th.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.